Alright guys, welcome back to another Inazuma 11 Victory Road video. This time we're going to be touching on Chronicle mode and just going over the website info just to see if there's anything in particular that's kind of different to what we've seen in the trailers so far from the kind of final specs trailer in terms of information on Chronicle mode. So without further ado, Chronicle mode is obviously the kind of second big aspect to the Inazuma 11 Victory Road game. So once again, it's another kind of story mode, but also the main gimmick or aspect of Chronicle mode is the fact that we're going to be able to play through every single team throughout the entire history of Inazuma 11, all the way from the first game to, I guess, probably Victory Road, but at the very least, Orion and Ares. If any of you guys have actually watched those series up to now, so yeah, it's got a nice little logo. I actually really like it. And in terms of kind of who we know from Chronicle mode so far, we've got Adult Faye, Doctor Cryptix, we've got Victorio Cryptix, his grandson, and obviously Clark von Wunderbar. He should just be called Wonderbear, let's be honest. And so, yeah, a journey to find the strongest Inazuma 11 team in the series' history. In the distant future, a new and terrifying threat looms over the horizon. The Mind Eater, a high-dimensional threat that could bring about the extinction of humanity. There is but one hope for our world, bringing forth the ultimate fighting spirit. Now entrusted with this last glimmer of hope, Victorio Cryptix embarks on a journey across the entire history of Inazuma 11, and his goal is to find the strongest team of all. Now, I mean, I like the premise. I do have a couple questions, right? And you guys obviously can let me know in the comments if you also were thinking some of the same stuff, which is, this team, is it already predestined? In other words, like if you've ever played I think I want to say in Inazuma 11 Go Chronostones, like the players that they found throughout history ended up kind of being predestined. It wasn't like you could just kind of pick whoever you wanted and then the story still progresses as usual. So in other words, this kind of um strongest 11, are they already like dictated and we're going to find out as Chronicle mode happens, or are we actually able to pick any player that we kind of want and they can make up the 11? Does that make sense? So it's just like, I'm questioning, are they going to at the very least pick one player from each one of the series? So, one player from Inazuma 11 one from season 2 and season 3 of the OG, one from Go Chronostone. Like, I'm curious to know whether that's the strategy they're going to go with for this 11, or is it going to be like similar to the most popular characters in the series, and those are the ones that are going to make up the 11? Be very interesting to see how that story plays out. And also, with regard to the Mind Eater, don't want to kind of have spoilers, but a lot of people are speculating that it's a certain skinny manager man who may or may not have tried to kill the entire Raymond team. Obviously, it's speculation, so it's not really a spoiler because we don't know for certain. But if you go back to the trailer in the final specs and you have a look at the kind of silhouette, it does look very much like him. Anyways, we've got the Inazuma Victory Caravan, a brand new caravan that can travel through time and observe all of Inazuma's history. We saw that in the trailer. The patrol vehicles look really good. So we've got the Chronicle competition route, which is a map spanning the entire history of Inazuma 11. You can meet the conditions of the history check to relive iconic moments and advance the story. Additionally, commentary playback will enhance every match. Okay, so history check seems interesting. Makes me think that you will be kind of gated from progressing unless you kind of fulfill certain criteria. So I wouldn't honestly be surprised if it's one of these things where, how we can see here, we've got the teams, we've got the difficulty. There's a very possible likelihood that in order to progress, through, you're gonna at least have to beat maybe every team within a certain kind of maybe it's season or sector, and you're gonna have to beat them at a certain difficulty before you can kind of progress to the the next part of the story. So that'll be interesting. But yeah, I think that's going to be great for replayability. And obviously, we're going to have these kind of like cutscene bits where we kind of go through the story. So it's going to really be good for people who've never played before, as well as those who have. You're just getting a full retelling of the story once again. Um, yeah, and we've even got obviously the movies as well, which is good. And then we all know about the over 5,200 characters that are going to be included in the game, so that's always good. Massive cast of over 5,200 characters, including everyone from the original game to the latest title. Okay, there you go. And together they form over 150 teams. Characters are obtained through the player's universe and can be managed in the team dock or player bank. Okay, so in this team dock, you can save up to 10 teams. It said. I think we kind of had a limited feature or version of that in the beta test, so that's going to be interesting. I assume Player Bank is fully where you can just get all the way up to the full 5,000. You can bank it up, and I think if we look here, we can kind of see. So even though it's in Japanese, we can kind of make out a little bit. So you're gonna have this is basically like your player library. That's the easiest way to explain it. You're gonna have all the players you can collect from season 1, season 2, season 3, go Chronostone, and then this is Go Galaxy. Then you've got Ares, Orion, and then Victory Road. I think that's correct. So yeah, that's gonna be interesting, and obviously, you're gonna be able to see what rarity you've got them up to. So it's nice to have a little kind of like binder. So if people were questioning whether or not we'd have a binder and an easy way to see these players, we do. Um, I would assume this right here is probably some sort of search function, or we'll have a search function here where we can probably sort by, what position they play, what affinity, or not, that's not the word I'm looking for. Element, there we go, what element they are. So that should be good. And then obviously from there, you can pick which players out of the player bank you want to put into certain teams, and then you can store up to 10 different teams at any given time. And then obviously here we've got players universe, so characters are obtained in random packs of 12. You can unlock new characters using bond stars. Now it will be interesting to know how you unlock these bond stars, or like you have access to them, and what exactly it means by just random 12. But I think we'll just kind of find out a bit more about that as we play. But yeah, that's kind of everything to do with Chronicle mode. Let me know what you guys think. Does it are you going to be more interested in Chronicle mode than the actual main story? Do you think it's one of those where you're more interested in the new story and how that kind of factors in? Because I mean, whichever one you choose, it's a new story, isn't it, really? One is just incorporating the entire series history along with this Chronicle mode story with the Mind Eater, and then the other one is obviously just total brand new story, new characters, that sort of thing. But yeah, let me know in the comments down below, guys. I hope you guys did enjoy this. Yeah, so remember to like, comment, and subscribe. And until the next one, deuces.